Hey, Greg here for Party Foul. I got Scott behind the camera, and today I'm going to cover the progress that a model goes through once it gets killed during the game, and how that works. So it's disabled, boxed, destroyed. And I'm also going to talk about removed from play, which happens at different points depending on the ability. So that's your 3 steps, and you should know those because you're going to have different triggers listed on your card about when your effects can happen. So disabled is the first step. All right, that's when your model, say if you have a single wound model, it's taking a point of damage or more, or another model that has multiple boxes and all of its boxes have been filled. That's not to be confused with being boxed. First step is disabled, and there's some things that trigger on disabled, like say tough. So you get your tough roll, or self-sacrifice, or that type of thing. So first step, disabled. Second step is boxed. And there's different triggers that are available on boxed. The one that comes to mind is snacking. So if you box a living model, you can snack that model. And when you snack it, it's removed from play. But I'll talk about that in a second. The final step is destroyed. So once you reach destroyed, you will proc all of the triggers that are available for models that have destroyed a model. So like Berserk, say Overrun, Soul Taker requires the model to get to the destroyed step, Corpse Collection, all that type of thing. So once again, disabled, boxed, destroyed. Go through them step by step and make sure that any triggers that are available are triggered before you get to the other ones. Now I'm going to talk about remove from play. So at some time during this process, different abilities and effects will remove the model from play. And what that means is that the model is removed at that point in time in the process of being killed. And it will not proc abilities later on in that process because it's been removed. So if an ability removes from play a model at the box step, it will not progress to destroyed, and that means it won't proc abilities like Berserk, Soul Taker, Corpse Taker, or Reaving, for example. So I'm going to go through a couple of quick examples on the table just to show you how it works in process. Okay, so I've assembled some models here to sort of illustrate some of the points from disabled, box, destroyed, and removed from play. On this side, we have Pharaoh Slaughterhousers, and they have tough as a native ability, and they also have takedown and something else. They ignore tough. I'll look up the exact wording on that rule, but they ignore tough, and they also remove models from play. Over on this side, we have Tharn Ravagers. They have Corpse Collection. So if they kill a living enemy warrior model, they get a corpse and they can spend that corpse token to buy additional attacks or boosted damage rolls. Getorix is here because he has a warping ability that allows him to snack models. And so if he destroys an enemy living model, he can snack it, heal D3, and remove the model from play. And it's important to note that the model with snacking is required to heal to trigger the remove from play, to trigger the snacking ability. And I've also included a Gallows Grove here, which has a special ability called Entropic Aura. Within its command range, models lose tough and cannot be healed.
Maybe go back over and explain what you meant by the healing on him.
So if Getorix has taken damage previously in the battle, and say he's lost 8 boxes worth of damage, and he goes up here and he takes a swing at this Slaughterhouser, and he hits, and he obviously has enough damage to go through the model's armor, the model progresses to disabled. So it's allowed a tough roll. Okay? He's also required to warp for snacking if that's what he wants to do. So the model makes its tough roll, fails it, it progresses to boxed. Snacking happens on the boxed step. So Getorix removes this model from play. That means it does not progress to the destroyed step. It will not provide soul or corpse tokens. And then Getorix will heal D3 damage. If he wants to buy another attack and he still has damage on him, he can attack this model if he hits and damages him. If he toughs, then he will not go to the box step and he will not be able to snack him. If he doesn't tough, he can snack him, heal D3. If he's now full, has no damage on him, he can no longer snack models. So that's how snacking works in terms of remove from play. And I can't cover every single remove from play ability. Just make sure that you read the full text of the ability or the effect to make sure that you're satisfying all those trigger requirements. Okay, so I'll quickly do the Tharn Ravagers. If the Tharn Ravagers charge these dudes, get in there, get all busy with them. You choose which model goes first. So say this guy goes first and he attacks this model. Hits him, breaks his armor, This guy progresses to the disabled stage. If he makes his tough roll, that's it. He'll be knocked down, as per the tough rules, heal 1 point of damage, and then this guy will not get a corpse token because he's not destroyed. If the chieftain attacks this guy and hits him, we go to the disabled step. He fails his tough roll. He goes to the box step. There's no triggers on box for this particular rules interaction. And then he goes to the destroyed step. So the model is removed from the table. That's a wording that's very different than removed from play. That means you just take it off the table, and then you would trigger anything that goes on destroyed. And that would be corpse collector, or corpse, whatever it's called. I'll look it up because that'll be important. I'll get the exact wording on that as well. So he would get a corpse token, and then he could use that corpse token to buy another attack on this guy. If he hits, he does damage. Say this guy toughs at the disabled step, he just becomes knocked down, and this guy does not get a corpse token because the model was not destroyed. Just for your edification, Slaughterhousers have Finisher. That means they get additional die on damage models, and they also have Takedown. And models disabled by a melee attack made by this model cannot make tough rolls. Models boxed by a melee attack made by this model are removed from play. So we'll cover that now in terms of like the remove from play sort of thing. So let's say these Slaughterhousers are going to charge Getrix. Getrix has some Fury on him. Do you have any tokens? Or not?
No.
Okay. Well, say he's got 4 Fury on him. And the Slaughterhouse is going to charge him. Getrix is damaged, say. So the Slaughterhousers charge. We resolve the Slaughterhouser attacks. Now, they get their finisher and all that stuff. Getrix goes to the disabled step if all his boxes are boxed. He doesn't have tough or anything like that. If there was a spell that procced on disabled, say, like there isn't a circle caster that has it, but say respawn. Respawn triggers on disabled, so you would trigger respawn. He doesn't have it, obviously. So he goes to boxed. There's no trigger. There is a trigger on boxed, and that is the takedown. Models boxed by a melee attack made from this model are removed from play. That means Getrix is removed from play, and he does not progress to the destroyed step, and reaving Fury from your war beasts when they're killed happens at the destroyed step. So you will not be able to reave Fury from models that are removed from play at the box step.
And who said pigs suck? That sounds amazing.
Well, the problem is getting the Slaughterhousers there, right? Okay, and just to show you sort of like something that can mess with your tough and your disabled checks and stuff like that, if the circle player had, say, shifted this Gallows Grove to here to put all these guys, sorry, I can put it here, it doesn't matter. To put all these guys in its entropic aura, and then the Ravagers charged in, the Ravagers would make their attacks, and because the Slaughterhouses are in the entropic aura, they would not be able to make their tough check at the disabled stage. They would progress from disabled to boxed to immediately to destroyed, unless they had some sort of spell on them or something that procced at one of those stages. These guys will get corpse tokens because they're killing enemy living models, destroying them rather, and then as they're removed from the table, they get a corpse token, they can buy additional attacks and that type of thing. So that is disabled, boxed, and destroyed, and I also covered removed from play and how that interacts with those 3 very distinct stages that go sequentially: disabled, boxed, and destroyed. That's how you play it. Make sure you read the full text of whatever ability you're using to make sure that you're triggering it at the right point in that process and that it interacts with other abilities and spells in the appropriate way. And you shouldn't have any trouble whatsoever.